So we now created our button instead of just the arrow icon, and now we need to create a click event on the button. So when a user using the keyboard clicks enter, the click event will trigger and the menu will open. So let's go to the JavaScript navigation.js file, and let's add another event on the c-navigation, and then on click, and we need to target the menu button. So remember we let's get this close. Remember we gave a class menu button to the button, so we need to add a click event to that. So let's add a callback function, and it will receive the event, and then we write our logic here. So before typing anything, let's just see the default behavior when we click enter while this button is focused. And it will take you actually to the link. It will take you to the page which is inside this A tag when you click enter when this button is focused. So we need to prevent this behavior. So to do that, you can call e.prevent default, and this will prevent any default behaviors so that we can write our own logic. So now if we focus on the button and click enter, nothing will happen. So we can now start typing our logic. So let's define some variables. Let's define a variable called menu button, and this will be the e.current target. So menu button will be the actual button which we clicked on, and let's define menu link, and this will be menu button dot parent, and that's because the link is the direct parent for the button. So this variable now will hold the A tag, and another one for the menu item, which is the li, and this will be the menu link dot parent. And now we need to do two different things depending on whether the menu is opened or not. So how to know if the menu is opened or not is by checking if the menu item, which is the li, has class open. So if the menu item has class open, then the menu is opened and will do something, else it's closed and will do something else. So let's start by the when the menu is closed, which is the else case here. So what we need to do when the menu is closed, we need to open it. So menu item, which is the li, we'll add a class open to it, right? And let's save now and see. And now let's focus on the button and click enter, and it will add class open to the li, which will open the menu. So what else do we need to do when the menu is opened? We need to change area expanded to true, and we need to reverse these texts, right? So we need to add here area hidden true and area hidden false for this one. So let's do that. So menu link, which is the A tag dot attribute attr, and the area expanded attribute, will change it to true, and then the menu button will search inside we'll search inside of it for remember the show and hide classes. So we'll search for this one and change its attribute of area hidden to true. So we'll hide the show text, and then we'll find the hide text, and this should be a string, and change its value to false. We don't need to hide it. So let's see now, and I'm gonna click, and now we have area expanded true, and let's expand this, and now this has area hidden true, and this one area hidden false. So if this button is focused now, the screen reader will read the hide text and not the show text. So let's do the opposite for the when the menu is opened. So what we can do is we can actually copy these and just reverse them. So this will be false, and this will be false, and this will be true. So let's save and see. I'm now using just my keyboard, so I'm clicking enter now, and it opened. Click enter again, and we forgot to remove the class. So let's copy this one, and instead of add class, remove class. So now I click enter, it opens. I click again, it closes. And as you can notice, the ARIA attributes are reversed and everything. So let's try something. If we now click enter now, and then we click enter on this one, it will toggle this submenu. But if we go back and close this one and then open it again, this one will still be opened. So when we close the menu, we need also to close its submenus. So let's do that. So instead of removing class open from the menu item, we'll add another thing. So add will add another element, and what we will add is menu item, which is the li, and if this li has children, we'll find them using find. So we'll find other menu items that has class open and remove class open. And same for the ARIA expanded attribute. We'll add another one, which will be the menu item and any child a tag. So let's save now and see. And let's open, and then go back and close, and open again, and now it's closed. So what we've done is we're finding all the a tags and the li's inside of the parent li. So inside this li we have the submenu, which has li's, and if any of them has a class open, we remove it. And we're also finding the a tags inside the li, and we are setting the ARIA expanded to false, and the same thing. Let's see now another problem that could happen. So imagine we are now having this one opened, and then we navigated through it and went to this one and opened it, and now we have both menus opened. So we need, when you open a menu, to close the other ones. And to do that, we'll go here, and what we need to do is, when we click on a menu item, we need to find all its siblings, so all the other li's, and remove class open from them if they have one. So the menu item dot siblings, and we need to find all siblings that have class open, and we need to close them. And to close them, we need to not just remove the class open, we need also to do the other things. We need to set the ARIA expanded and all that stuff. So all we can do is, instead of retyping this logic, we can find inside the li, we can find the menu button of this li. So how to find it? It will be the direct a tag child, and then the direct button, menu button. So direct a, and then direct menu button, and trigger a click event on this button. So triggering a click event will actually run this function again and run these for the open submenus. So let's save now. Let's open and navigate and open again. And as you can see, this one is closed now. So what we've done is, when we click enter now, we will find all the siblings, which are the li's that has a sample page, page B, front page, and about the test. But we only find siblings that have class open, and in that case it will be just the li with about the tests. And then we inside this li we find the menu button and trigger a click event on it. So what will happen when we trigger a click event on it? It will close the submenu. It's as if we clicked on the button, like so. We also have another scenario where we can have a menu opened by clicking on it, and then if we hovered on another one, it will still be opened, so we need to close it. So to do that, we'll add a line in the mouse enter event. So we'll add an if condition. So if And this if condition will check if we are hovering on a parent element and not on a child element. So if not, and then the current target dot parents dot submenu dot length. We have a typo here, and if the length is more than 0, then we have a parent of submenu. So this means that the item we hovered on is in the submenu, and if not, we need to do something. So what do we need to do here? So imagine we have a menu opened again by clicking. So when we hover on another menu item, we need to close all opened menus. So what we need to do is to find menu and the direct menu item, which will be a parent menu item that has a class open, and we need to find the menu, its menu button, and trigger a click event on it to close it, same as we did before. So trigger click. Let's save this, and I'm gonna open this by clicking and then hover on this one, and it closed the others. Last thing we need to do is if we have a menu item open and we click outside anywhere, we need to close it. So let's add a click event on the document. And let's check if we have any opened menu items. Dot length. So the length will be more than 0 if we have any opened menu items, and if so, we'll find the menu and the direct menu item that is opened and its menu button, and trigger click on it to close it. So now I'm focusing on the button and clicking, and nothing happens, and that's because of event bubbling. And event bubbling, you can read about it more, but simply when we click enter here, two events are going to happen: the event for this button and the event for clicking on the document. So what we're actually doing is we are running these two functions. So this one will open the menu and this one will close it. So to avoid that, we will type here stop propagation, and this will avoid running this event listener when we click on the button. So let's check now, and let's click outside, and it's working. So now we have a fully accessible menu. So I know this section was maybe a little bit complicated. I really urge you to read this script and try to understand line by line. And if you have any questions, don't hesitate and ask me on email or Twitter. We'll do a minor improvement for the menu in the next lecture, and then we'll carry on to the next section.